it's a very different world to when I came. Yes, yeah. It was a bit more regimented then, but of course, well, it would be for students anyway. For novices and students, it was all regimentation and big groups of. We did have big groups in those days. I mean, what we called big, like in the novitiate when I was there were 19 people altogether. Not all of them were novices. There were the postulants, those who had just come to try, and about, I think, 12 novices. So I was lucky, and in a way, because I came at the end of I came to the order at the end of the war, you know, and it was the novitiate was full, well, not full, but yeah, it was pretty well, apart from myself, it was ex-servicemen, fellows who would come from the RAF and the Army, and I think there's one from the Navy as well. So I was always the junior, you know, always and these lads were, you know, a mixed bag. Some of them quite educated, you know, and all of them more educated than me. But so, you know, I suppose I had an inferior complex, you know. I think that went with me. It just carried on with me, you know. But I never let it bother me. I mean, that's as far as I'm concerned, it's quite Franciscan. Good preachers and good leaders, and there are one or two that I still admire, and I have admired since I first met them. You know, strange enough, one was called Edgar, another one was called Egbert. Something about the egg. And as I say, when I first met them, their way of life, and one particularly, man, he was very austere, and he was the boss, he was the guardian, and he had a rough time because he was the guardian, and his austerity didn't appeal to everybody, so he got a lot of stick. But the way he bore it and carried on in his way in running the community impressed me. I was only a student at the time, but I never lost that admiration for that man all through his life. And even though he had that unpopularity within the community because of austerity, in the parish, he was, as a parish priest, he was very popular, one of the best parish priests they've ever had, you know, and people showed it. And that's the way he went through his life, really, you know. So I, you know, he's, to my mind, a very good man, very good, and very human, in spite of his austerity. There have been one or two men in that way, you know, very a good example. Not too many, mind you, but enough to justify the order, I suppose. So